Here we got your annual Boombox Classic between Jackson State and Southern University, in which in this game, normally you have a few individuals that are going to become known based on the play in this game. And you know this game's going to be one. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out from beginning to end. Everybody's looking to leave it all out there on the field because, listen, if you're leaving the program after this season is over with, you don't want to be that one when you come back, say, 10 years from now and everybody talking smack at the tailgate, you know, when the game is being played, talking about how your team got smoked in this game. So you know everybody's going to come out there and leave it all out there on the field. But, man, there were some things in this game that I saw that got me wondering what in the world are we getting ready to see when SWAC play start this season. And, guys, you already know you got Southern University on the west side, Jackson State on the east. Boy, when these teams start colliding with other folks within their conferences as well as cross-conference play, oh, it's going to be nuts. But we're going to talk about this game right after this. Your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get all the upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in the friend to tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. Because they're like, Coach, what's your thoughts on this thing? Check this out. Look, hey, look. Coach Graves, I give you your props on wanting to put the red shirt freshman in there to start in the Boombox Classic to see exactly how he's going to respond to playing against a conference foe. Everyone knows what's at stake when it comes to this game, especially when these two teams meet up. When they get to locking horns, you know it's going to be a battle. And when I say it's going to be a battle, this game's going to leave a lot of folks with some bumps and bruises. They're going to be soaking well past Tuesday. And just keep in mind this right here. This game, boy, I mean, it lived up to what it's supposed to be in the very beginning. But I got to get, like I stated before, I got to give Coach Graves his props. He decided he wanted to go with the redshirt freshman, says in Tissette, who, you know, he had a bang-out game against Savannah State. Savannah State is not Jackson State. Not by no way, shape, fashion, any of that. The defense is not the same. And like I said, the young man, he threw the ball 29 times, completed 17 for 316 yards, 3 touchdowns. So I understand why he wanted to go with the young man because, hey, the young man had a hot hand. He was able to do his thing, get out there on the field, move the offense up and down the field, you know, and put points on the board. I mean, he was slinging that thing all over the field against Savannah State. But again, Savannah State and Jackson State ain't the same. Now, things didn't go as planned as Coach Graves had thought they were going to happen with Southern University offense in this game. Tissette ended up getting hurt in this game in which you had to bring Biden in brought him in for a period of time. It's like the two quarterbacks were going in and out for a little bit. And then finally, I think Tissette ended up with an ankle injury and they got him out the game. And then you had Biden come in and took over for the Southern Jaguar football team, finally starting to get their offense moving in the manner in which, you know, Coach Graves was hoping that was going to happen with Tissette in the game. Now, I got to give Jackson State defense their props. I mean, they pressured the heck out that redshirt freshman Tissette early and often. They were not letting that young man get comfortable in the pocket for him to throw that ball down the field, start trying to pick them apart. Matter of fact, we had us a Quay Davis sighting over there. Y'all remember Quay Davis? Quay Davis played for Jackson State. Was it, I want to say 2 seasons ago? That young man, he transferred from Jackson State, went to Texas Southern. And then, you know, it had some things going on, you know, back and forth here and there during the offseason, and finally he's over at Southern University playing over there with them. He tried to catch him alone against one of the Jackson State DBs, but they was able to go ahead and knock that ball down, making sure he wasn't able to get that catch to get everybody really tuned up and, you know, just hyped up as far as him making a play against his former teammates. But what I say his former team and some of his former teammates, because I don't think everybody that was there on the team when he was there last, I think a lot of those guys have already moved on or they're no longer in the program. But Jackson State found a way to jump out to a 23-0 early lead, which should have easily been it. Listen, Jaguar fans, don't get mad with Coach when I tell you this, but Jackson State left some points on that board out there. I honestly want to say some of those drives that they had they converted on third down, Listen, this score could have been ugly real fast. Like, you remember that 35-0 that Jackson State hung on Southern University a couple years back. What's that? The ESPN game day was out there. Was that towards the end of October? I remember that. The reason why I remember that, because that was my birthday weekend, and I was actually at the game, and I got to see the game on sideline. And when I tell you that game was crazy, it was crazy, especially with the rain, with the weather and everything, going in and out. Excuse me, as far as with the rain and all of that other kind of stuff, the players went in for a little bit, and they came back out and started playing again because of the thunder and then all that other kind of stuff. But ended up being 35-0 in that game, in which Jackson State got a hold of Southern, and they ended up playing each other again in the daggone SWAC championship. How ironic is that? But I say all of that to say that looking at how everything took place in this game, yes, Jackson State was up 23-0. Their score could have easily been. Y'all could have got a 40 put on y'all in the first half had they completed, had they made a couple of those third downs and kept the chains moving. It could have got ugly real fast in this game. 23-0. Finally, you guys were able to put some points on the board right before the half. I'm glad to see that y'all didn't go into the half with a goose egg, but got to give Biden some props. He definitely drove that team down the field to get them in position to put points on the board. But there's some things there's some lingering issues here that I got with both teams, and I got to be honest with you, all of the penalties that we saw on Southern, especially the unsportsmanlike penalties, the false starts, the just unnecessary penalties at the wrong time that's costing your team, big time, where either A, you made a crazy, had some crazy happen out there on the field, you get flagged for it, you keep Jackson State's drive going, or something happens out there on the field, you get flagged for it, you end up stalling your team's drive going down the field. So, I mean, it was just a lot of things that just didn't make sense in this game. Another thing that I saw was, I got to be honest, guys. Let me take a deep breath. That offensive line, my Lord, Southern, what in the heck were y'all doing out there in this game? I mean, it was almost like some plays you guys was out there blocking a ghost. And I mean, what I mean by blocking a ghost, you weren't blocking no damn body. I mean, I'm just trying to understand what in the world was going on out there in this game. I mean, you had instances where offensive linemen didn't understand the assignment. Either they forgot to play, they didn't understand which play side the play was going to, or what was going on. But it was a lot of mistakes out there that was costly. And I think one of the mistakes that was costly, that's how your quarterback ended up getting hurt. And I'm just like, man. And then not only that, but then when you're looking at Biden standing back there in that pocket, I'm like, he trying to hold on as long as he can to throw the ball down the field. I'm talking about that young man took some shots in that bad boy. I mean, he ran off the sideline holding his side, boy, like, somebody had jammed his ribs up or something. So I'm like, it was some hitting going on out there. When I say they laying the wood out there. Them guys was laying the wood out there in that game. But like I stated before, I'm actually glad to see Noah Biden still, at it, trying to find his way to get out there on the field, get good footing as far as with being able to lead a team, especially when that young man was over there at Grambling State University as a freshman. He was over there trying to do his thing, and the back and forth was going on over there. So I'm glad to see that this young man definitely was able to hold serve in this game and continue to keep doing that thing that he loves to do, which is slaying the ball down the field to open receivers that's on his team. But like I stated before, the Jags defense, y'all got to get that together as far as the blocking. Not defense. Offense got to get that together as far as blocking. Defense, y'all got to find the ball. I mean, real talk, y'all got to find the ball. I mean, a lot of the stuff that was going on, I'm like, wow. And to make matters even worse, give Jackson State trenches on both the offense and defensive side of the ball. They played on Southern side of the ball the whole freaking game. You got to give them their props for that, because they were not allowing Southern to push them around out there on the field. They was getting after it. I mean, you got the defensive end coming around the edge. I mean, he looking to get that work. I mean, I'm just like, wow. I forgot the young man's name. He got a cast on his arm. That young man was coming around that thing so nice, boy. It was crazy. I think he had, excuse me, I think he had, was it 2 or 3 sacks in the game. That young man, once he get that cast off his hand, he's able to use that hand and make tackles. Oh, y'all better look out. If y'all don't have nobody that's going to be able to block that young man, when he come around the corner, it's lights out for your quarterback. Trust me. So, with that being said, like I said, got to give it up to the Jackson State trenches on both sides of the ball. They got out there. They did their daggone thing in this game. We got to see some who was that? Cameron McCoy, quarterback for Jackson State. He started out in the game. Young man. I mean, hey, he was moving the ball down the field. Unfortunately, he got hurt on a scramble. I think it was a 20-yard scramble that he had. He got hurt, fell awkwardly out there on the field. They haven't specified exactly what the injury was, but I wish that young man the best of luck, as well as to Set over there at Southern University. Wish him the best of luck as far as any injury that he may have suffered. Godspeed. You get yourself back out there on the field and do what you got to do to help your team out and continue to keep moving forward. Excuse me. But Jacoby Morgan, he's back. He's back out there on the field, throwing the ball down the field to the open Jackson State Tigers receivers. That young man threw the ball 21 times, completing 12 for 153 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, the one thing that I enjoyed the most about watching this game, listen, Jackson State got a quarterback room that's deep. Jackson State has a running back room that's deep. Jackson State running back room ran for 200 yards, 201 yards to be exact. They had 3 rushing touchdowns. Irv Mulligan led the way with 51 yards, 1 touchdown. Ahmad Miller had 35 yards, 1 touchdown. And you had J.D. Martin, who's back at it again, had 33 yards and 1 touchdown as well to help lead the team on the victory. But like I said before, the Jackson State Tigers is fine-tuning some things, getting themselves ready to go into conference play. Now, I will say this, the defensive backs on Jackson State, you got one out there that was peekabooing, looking around in the damn backfield. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. Watching to make sure that receiver doesn't hit that double move on you where you're getting caught out there with your pants down looking crazy and they hit one over the top on you for a big gain or a possible touchdown. So that's something you got to pay attention to as well. But like I stated before, everybody's, fine-tuning everything that they got to get straightened out so that they can get out there and go compete. Like I stated, Jackson State, they play Grambling State next week. Gotta give the Jackson State Tigers the props. Like I stated before, they play some good defense, intercepting Biden twice in the game. However, like I said, that long pass that Biden had, the Tyler Kirkwood caught the Jackson State Tigers defensive back peeking. And again, you get about a small crease, small window, he gonna hit it on you. But like I stated before, the Jackson State defense was able to wipe away that play in which I believe they ended up getting the ball back. I think they intercepted the ball on the next play. So salute to them. The big fella on the defense caught him an interception. That was a thing of beauty right there. Was it number 90 for Jackson State caught him an interception on the play. Salute to the big fella. He was able to get that, go ahead, position his team to get them ready to go down and score more points, put more points on the board to push this game further out of reach for, keeping Southern University from having the possibility to come back. So congratulations to them on that win. Southern University got some work to do. They play Prairie View A&M next week. So that's going to be a division game. So this is not, now here we are. This is where the rubber meets the road as far as exactly how things are getting ready to start panning out in both divisions, both the East and the West Division. Congratulations to Jackson State on winning the Boombox Classic. And like I stated before, I got it, Coach Graves, you got to go back to the drawing board, baby. Make sure you get everything together. Everybody understand that you got to dot your I's across your T's and make sure that you're ready to come out there, be prepared to win the game. Like I said before, they got PV next week, so we're going to see how all that takes place. And Jackson State plays Grambling State University in the hole in Grambling, Louisiana next week. So here we go. Here we go. Are you ready? But guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing, but until next time, be the one and lead.